Well, Homo Deus is simply Latin for God man or man who's God. And it's the title of a best selling book on AI by Noah Yuval Harari, who's an Israeli historian. As you say, the idea of humans becoming gods is very ancient. According to the biblical book of Genesis, God the Creator placed the first humans in the Garden of Eden and told them that they could eat of all the trees except the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Now, this tells us that God gave them the wonderful gift of free will. They were not deterministic robots doing simply what they are programmed to do, and therefore incapable of wonderful things like love. And that, by the way, just in passing, poses a difficulty for the development of machines that are emotionally and morally intelligent. However, so the Genesis account tells us, God's enemy suggested to the first humans that God was against them and wanted to keep them from realizing their full potential. They were told that if they ate the forbidden fruit, they would become like God, knowing good and evil. And here's the origin of the Homo Deus idea. That actually was a lie. The humans ate the fruit and they found that the knowledge they got was not something anyone would wish for. It plunged the world into rebellion against God, and the results of which we see all around us in our fractured world and fractured human nature. And all through history, we have seen the desire to be God manifest in megalomaniac emperors in ancient Babylon, Rome, and through history, even to recent times in my living memory. Now, what Harari tells us is this. He says, having raised humanity above the beastly level of survival struggles, we will now aim to upgrade humans into gods and turn Homo sapiens into Homo Deus. And then he adds, but think in terms of Greek gods. And how's that going to happen? He thinks by three types of engineering: biological, cyborg, and AI, pointing out that every day millions of people decide to grant their smartphone a bit more control over their lives, or they try a new and more effective antidepressant drug. In pursuit of health, happiness, and power, humans, he says, will gradually change first one of their features and then another and another until they will no longer be human. And in an interview, he added, humans are very likely to be upgraded into gods within a century or two at most.